He was standing in my doorway every night for 6 months. I thought he was sleepwalking. And I found out he'd been dead for 3 years.
I want to start by telling you something about grief, about what it does to a person when they refuse to let go. My name is Daniel. I'm 31 years old, and for 6 months last year, I lived with a ghost. Not the kind that rattles chains or flickers lights. I wish it were that simple. This ghost was quiet, patient, and it wore the face of my dead brother. It started 3 weeks after Marcus died. A car accident. He was 28, healthy, laughing at something on his phone when the truck ran the red light. I identified the body myself. I saw him lying there, still wearing his favorite jacket, the one with the frayed collar he always refused to throw away. So when I woke up at 2:47 a.m. one Tuesday night and saw him standing in my bedroom doorway, I told myself I was dreaming. He never spoke, never moved, just stood there with his arms at his sides, head tilted maybe 5 degrees to the left, the same way Marcus always tilted his head when he was thinking about something. His eyes were open, and they were looking directly at me. The second time it happened, I turned the light on. He was gone before my hand found the switch. The third time, I didn't turn the light on. I lay completely still and watched him for what I later clocked as 41 minutes. Then he simply wasn't there anymore.
No sound, no movement. One moment present, the next moment, absence. I started sleeping with a camera. I set it up pointing at the doorway, motion activated, infrared. I told myself it was for my own peace of mind. I told myself I would watch the footage and see nothing, and that would be enough to make me get some proper sleep. The camera never triggered. Not once in 6 months. Whatever was standing in my doorway, it cast no heat. It produced no movement the sensor could detect. And yet every single night, at 2:47 exactly, I would wake up and he would be there.
The night everything changed, I'd had dinner with Marcus's old flatmate, Priya. She said something that lodged in my chest like a splinter. She said, "You know how Marcus was near the end? He was so worried about you. He used to say, 'Dan needs someone to keep an eye on him. He doesn't sleep, he forgets to eat. Someone needs to check on him.'" I drove home in silence. I went to bed. I woke at 2:47. But this time, he wasn't in the doorway. He was sitting on the edge of my bed, close enough that I could see the frayed collar of the jacket, close enough that I could see his chest, not moving, close enough to reach out and touch him if I wanted. I didn't move. I didn't breathe. And then, for the first and only time in 6 months, he turned his head, slowly, and he looked directly at me. And he smiled. He was gone when the morning came, and he never came back after that night. I want to tell you it was just grief, hallucinations from sleep deprivation, from trauma, from the specific madness of losing someone you love. I've spoken to therapists, and they've offered me that explanation, gently, like a lifeline. But here's the thing they can't explain, the thing that keeps me awake some nights, even now. That frayed collar on his jacket, the one I saw, up close, on the edge of my bed. When I cleared out Marcus's flat the week after he died, I couldn't find that jacket anywhere. 2 days after his last visit, it appeared in my wardrobe, neatly folded, smelling of him.
I still sleep with the light on. Not because I'm afraid of what might come back, but because some nights I'm afraid it won't.